He'll be facing Aaron Rowan to start it. Rowan, ex-member of the Chicago White Sox, Philadelphia Phillies, a base hit in that 5-run eighth inning last night. And Felix Hernandez going to try and cut down on his pitches. I think he's going to be smart, try to pitch to a little bit more contact this time around than he did last time. Threw an awful lot of pitches. And here we go. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. .60 degrees at game time. Wind out of the northwest at 3 miles an hour. Strike two. Darrell Cousins is the man calling balls and strikes. Felix, as we mentioned, threw a lot of pitches his last time. 33 pitches in the first inning his last time out. And 3 pitches to the first hitter, and see you later, Aaron Rowan.
All fastballs. This one inside to Rowan. Rowan thought that pitch was down. Felix gets the call.
And Edgar Renteria will be the hitter. The shortstop hitting .240.
It'll be interesting to watch Felix go about his business today after really being challenged a little bit from the manager after his last outing. You mentioned that Dave threw a lot of pitches and didn't quite get as deep in that game as he felt that the club needed him to, and comes out today firing strikes right away.
5 of them in a row, as a matter of fact. Mariners looking to leave home with a 5-5 record on their homestand. There's a first ball thrown. A ball and 2 strikes to count. The Giants in rubber games, they've had 5 rubber game series, and they've won all 5 of them. So Mariners trying to stop that here this afternoon. Pretty good gap out there in left center field.
So far, Felix staying with his fastball. He has a good one today. He's already throwing 95 miles an hour. Sometimes it takes him a little bit of time to work up to that, get a comfort level out there, but he's come out firing today. Good breaking ball.
Just missed an 88-mile-an-hour breaking ball. 2-2 the count on Edgar Renteria. .96-mile-an-hour fastball high. 3-2. Randy Wynn is on deck. He's 23 years of age, of course, just turned 23 in April. And a swing and a pop-up. He threw an easy play out there. Probably didn't have to move a muscle. So 2 away is Randy Wynn, the ex-Mariner, comes up to the plate. Randy is on the final year of his contract, which was given a 3-year extension 3 years ago, and he's been very productive those 3 years. One would think that the Giants would like to hang on to him.
I would think so. With the struggles they've had offensively, he certainly hasn't been an issue for them at all. Probably one of the more consistent performers, so they can't afford to lose too many guys that have helped them offensively, and Randy has certainly done that.
And back into the stands. Into the sunny stands. What a gorgeous day this is. There you see how consistent he has been.
Probably on a club with a better offense, you'd like to see him hitting leadoff or second.
That's going to drop in for a base hit in left field. And he'll hold up at first base.
Looks like Felix beats him with the pitch, but a nice little inside out swing. You can see Randy Winn pull his hands in tight to his body, trying to get the barrel to it, and is able to get just enough of it to fight it off into left field.
Benji Molina, the #1 catcher, the designated hitter this afternoon. The San Francisco Giants don't really have a backup catcher. That would be Pablo Sandoval. But because they didn't have a backup catcher, they had to make a quick call to Des Moines, Iowa, and call on Eli Whiteside, who arrived about 11:30 this morning, had a police escort here to the stadium, and was thrown not only into the uniform but the game. And he's never caught Barry Zito, and they talked to Zito before they asked him to catch to make sure it was all right for Whiteside to catch him. He said, "Oh yeah," I said, "he caught me in spring training." But that's a busy day.
It is
Eli Whiteside.
It definitely is a busy day, and I think with Sandoval, he has an injury he's dealing with, so he wasn't really able to go today.
And that should be an easy play for Lopez. And it. So here in the first, a base hit, Wynn's left at first base. Good to have you with us on this Memorial Day weekend. No score. The Mariners coming up.
Leading things off for Seattle today, it'll be Ichiro Betancourt moves up, hits second, playing shortstop. Beltre, Griffey, Branyan, Lopez, Valentin, Johnson, the catcher, hitting eighth, and Franklin Gutierrez is hitting ninth. Take a look at Barry Zito. Record's not so high right now, just 1-4, but a pretty good ERA.
Last Tuesday night, a complete game in a loss as the pitch is taken high. Ball one. 1 ball, no strikes against the Padres. And he gave up a couple of solo home runs as you look at his numbers, and that's a strike to Ichiro. 1 ball and 1 strike. Zito had gone 185 straight starts without recording a complete game until his last outing. And there's that breaking ball, and it's popped up right to the second baseman, Emmanuel Burris.
Take a look at the defense behind Barry Zito today. In the outfield will be Lewis, Rowan, and Randy Winn playing right. Uribe getting the start at third, then it's Renteria, Burris, and Ishikawa over at first, and getting the catching. We talked about him. Just called up Eli Whiteside.
Uni elevated all the way up to the number 2 hole. The first time he's been there. And the pitch is high. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Hoping that this might be, I think, a little instructive to him to try and get on in that number 2 hole, which means he's got to start taking some pitches.
Well, that's one of the requirements of hitting second. You have to take some pitches, especially if Ichiro's on base. You have to give him an opportunity to steal, work in the count a little bit deeper, handle the bat a little bit better, be aware of what's going on in the field. A lot of different things, a lot of responsibility comes with hitting second. So maybe they just get him to where he's thinking about those things a little bit more, make him a better hitter.
And that's low and outside. Ball 3, 3-0. Ball for a strike. The Cy Young Award winner in 2002 with the Oakland Athletics when he was 23-5. Barry Zito. Ball 4, nice at bat for a Betancourt. Very rare free pass for him. Adrian Beltre had a pretty good series. Fastball for a strike. That base on balls the 6th time that he's walked this year. It took him forever to get to number 1 and number 2. There he goes. A pitch swung on and missed. Actually foul tipped at the plate. Picked the perfect pitch on which to go. That slow breaking ball.
Just 73 miles an hour. Looked like he had a pretty good jump over there too. Adrian fouls it off.
Too high. Zito just turned 31. And a pop-up. Federal Way's Travis Ishikawa makes the catch there. So Tuwell in the well and Junior beginning the number 4 hole, the cleanup spot. And you might wonder, well, here's a left-hander here today. Why didn't he start against Randy Johnson? That's what I wondered too. Skipper said matchups were just better against this guy than Randy. And that's belted deep to right field, and that baby's going to fly away. So Junior on the first pitch has his 616th home run, and the Mariners have a 2-0 lead. Junior not waiting. First pitch. And the greeting for him here, a standing ovation. Number 5 on the year for Junior.
Well, left-handed hitters are hitting 30 points higher off of Zito than righties, and Junior jumps all over the first pitch he sees. It's a nice line drive right into the second row of seats.
And that breaking ball's down low and outside. That home run snaps a string of 31 consecutive singles for the Mariners. Russell Brennan has had his success against southpaws, and a strike at the knees, and against this man. 2 for 5 with a home run against Barry Zito. Steve Reich, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. And down he goes. But a long ball from Ken Griffey Jr., his 5th of the year, number 616 in his fabulous career. And as we go to the second, Mariners 2, Giants nothing.
Is brought to you by the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Well, Fred Lewis, a left-handed batting left fielder of the San Francisco Giants, will lead it off here in the second inning against Felix Hernandez and put it out of play down the left field line. He was the man that kind of put the icing on that 5-run 8th inning in last night's game, as he hit a 2-run home run. And that ended up being a 5-1 Giant win. Nice fastball that time. Right up around his shoulders. Quickly 2 strikes on it. And that's got some pretty good loft to it. So the yard will hold it rather easily as Lewis is taken care of by Gutierrez out there in center field. It'll be a thrill for Travis Ishikawa to come back home and play before his friends. And getting the start here at first base in this final game.
Sure, he has his family out here. Getting a chance to watch him play. The last few days we've talked a lot about the starters trying to get deeper into the games, and I thought one of the comments that Don Wakamatsu made about that is it's a little bit easier to do that if offensively you're putting some runs up on the scoreboard. When the games are tight and they're low scoring, it makes it a little bit tougher. The starter has to work a little bit harder. You don't have the opportunity to let them work through maybe a couple of jams. You immediately go to the bullpen, which has been terrific for the Mariners this year. Definitely a strength for them. So it was nice to see Junior hit the 2-run homer in the first. Hopefully they can add on to that a little bit and give Felix some breathing room so he can be aggressive in the strike zone.
Mark Lowe was fabulous last night until 2 outs in the 8th, and has been. People tend to forget that was his 6th outing in the last 9 games.
4 out of 5, and pitched 2 innings the night before.
2-2. Change. Down he goes. So with 2 down, Juan Uribe will be the hitter. Here's another look at that slider. Uribe had the big hit in last night's ball game in that 8th inning. The bases loaded. A double into the right center field area. The gap that drove in all 3.
Felix is throwing strikes, 28 pitches, 21 of them for strikes. Looks like he has a pretty good slider today. We've seen his changeup.
Foul ball. Texas Rangers making life miserable for Houston. They're going for the sweep and lead it 5-0 down in Houston in the 9th inning. Got it. So here in the 2nd, a very easy 1-2-3 story as far as Felix Hernandez is concerned. And as we go to the bottom of the 2nd, a 2-0 Mariner lead. How you doing, Red?
You're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
Doing some work on that hot dog right there.
Absolutely.
Good.
Jose Lopez leads it off here in the bottom half of the 2nd inning and takes a pitch out of the strike zone, ball 1. And a breaking ball at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Brazilian Helio Castroneves says just won the 100th running of the Indianapolis 500 as the pitch is fouled back and out of play. He sat on the pole, and he was there 200 laps later. Congratulations.
That's really unbelievable when you consider all the things he's had going on in his personal life to come back and win that race.
That's a nice B-17 vintage World War II bump. How about that? Where'd that baby come from? Isn't that beautiful? Flying Fortress.
Maybe he's coming to pick us up and take us to San Francisco.
Let's see. I wonder how long that took. It takes us an hour and a half to
probably
get
an hour and a half.
Hour and a half. Probably, what, 6 hours? Between here and San Francisco and that baby? I'm just guessing. that's outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
If they offered, would you take the right?
Absolutely. I'd love to. And that's belted but foul. Right foul down the left field line. I know that. Notice that at the start of the Indy 500 today, they had the B-25 World War II vintage bombers flying over the Brickyard. 2-2 pitches hit into the gap, left center field, and a great try, but coming up empty is Rowan. Backing him up, Lewis out there, and coasting into second base is Lopez with a double. Rowan almost made an unbelievable catch.
Lopez gets the pitch up in the zone, does a nice job of staying on top of it. Maybe hits it off the end of the bat a little bit. It kind of hung in the air for a while. It didn't look like Rowan had a chance. You can see just out of his reach. Easy double for Lopez once he gets past him.
And here comes Vladimir. Three games without an extra base hit, and both hits now in this one are extra base hits.
We'll see if Valentine can get something out over the plate, hit it to the right side. He has good power to right field.
Trying to do it, and he got a pitch on the outside, but he didn't make contact on that changeup. That's going to be well back into the stands. Dodgers leading the Angels 1-0 in the second after pulling it out last night on a bases loaded walk, beating the Angels. Curveball. There's that slow jug.
This is something that Alan Cockrell and Don Wakamatsu like to see balance, and you can see he's trying to do the right thing, and that's hit the ball the other way. I don't know if he's going to be able to accomplish it, but for a young player, you like to see him being aware of what he needs to do.
And a breaking ball, just barely alive.
Zito just goes slower and slower, trying to get him out in front of a pitch to pull, but Valentine's doing a nice job of trying to fight pitches off the other way.
And that's hit into right center field, and that's got a shot. No! Rowan will make the catch out there. Well, he missed the first one, but he made this one. That's an outstanding play by center fielder Aaron Rowan.
Really nice catch by Rowan. This one not quite as far as the other one. Almost dove after he made the catch.
And Rob Johnson getting the Sunday start behind the plate. Still has those sore fingers the other day from bunting the ball. Ball hit his hand. And they call a balk. And that's one of the few balks I have ever seen with a runner at second base. And the second base umpire, Brian Runge, calls the balk. And here comes Bruce Bochy to argue. And that's, by the way, something you can't argue. It's like balls and strikes. You could go out and say, well, what did he do? And I'm wondering what he did.
It looked like he tried to just do a spin move. We see it all the time. And it looked like Runge was saying that maybe he picked his leg up like he was going to go home, and then he spun. It's hard to tell.
You don't have to throw to second, though.
No, you don't have to throw to second. But he came up and he stopped, and then he tried to do a spin. It looked like he didn't even get his foot all the way on the other side of the rubber. It's hard to tell, but I think that's the explanation he had. You still can't try to deceive the runner. It's one thing to go ahead and spin.
All right. So Rob now can get the Mariners another run with a A fly ball.
And the Giants will bring their infield up. Already down 2-0.
And looking for the sacrifice there, the suicide squeeze. Pitch out call for it. Ed Whiteside. I'll guarantee Ed Whiteside didn't make that call. Getting his first start in a while. Caught 9 games for the Orioles a couple of years ago and a strike on the outside corner. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. That's a little unusual to, if you're Zito, though, to have that kid get back there.
I'm sure it is. But how do you think that kid feels?
Right.
He's going to be a little bit nervous.
No kid. He's 29 years old. 2-1 to count. And an escort from SeaTac to the ballpark at 11:30 this morning. Came in from Des Moines, Iowa, where Fresno was playing. AAA affiliate of the Giants. 2-2. And a ground ball right to third. And Uribe will throw him out. So now the infield can drift on back. For as low as $10 a seat, you can bring your friend and your family out to the next BECU half-price family night. That's on Monday, the 1st of June, and that's when the Mariners and the Baltimore Orioles open up a 3-game series. You can get tickets at mariners.com. Franklin Gutierrez digging himself a little bit of a toe hold up there. And a change. Low and outside. Kind of floated up there at 75 miles an hour. Ball on the strike to count on Franklin Gutierrez. Down low. Well, how about the Cubs? They scored 1 run again last night. 5 consecutive games they've either scored 1 or no runs. First time the Lou Piniella team has ever done that. 5 consecutive games.
I haven't seen anything. Has Lou said anything about it?
I haven't seen his quote. Probably can't speak. Probably speechless, and that's would be unbelievable for him. Or probably either that or he's unquotable.
There you go. Probably more like the latter, I would think. Well, Franklin had a good night last night. A couple of base hits, scored a run.
And a fly ball to center field. And an easy play out there for Rowan compared to what he went through here in the inning. Here in the second, nothing doing. Lopez left over at third, and after 2, it's still 2-0 Mariners. As we get set to move into the third inning of play. And time for our Aflac trivia question. You Billy Martin fans will know the answer to this. What job was number one fired from on this date back in 1986? It happened on live television. Here's Emmanuel Burris now, and Burris taking high. Ball one ball and no strikes to count.
Billy was fired from the Yankees about a dozen times,
yeah,
wasn't he?
I don't ever remember being on live television. Strike on the inside corner.
Any idea?
No, I'm thinking.
I know it wasn't the Yankee job.
2-2.
Did you get to know Billy very well?
I got to know him a little bit. Yeah, not real well. But I used to run into him a lot at the Pink Pony down in Scottsdale, Arizona. Chatted with him a lot. Loved to talk baseball with him. Oh, man. Battling it out there was Betancourt, but he still came up with it.
Looking up into the sun, running backwards. It looks like this ball hits in the heel of his glove, but he's still able to hang on to it. Yep, try to crawl up the webbing of his glove, but he hangs on. Nice play.
So Billy was one of those guys that didn't have a chip on his shoulder, but was one of those guys that was like a magnet. People would go up to him and want to find out how tough he really was. You know, you don't look so tough to me. And Billy would sit there.
Well, he wasn't a big man, was he?
No, and he wouldn't bite for a while. And he wouldn't bite for a while. And then finally just have enough of it. You know?
Then you'd find out.
Then you'd find out how tough he was. And that's hit high, foul down the left field line. He claimed Dave Boswell's clock in Detroit one year when he managed Detroit there at Lindell's AC out just outside the door. I don't know what they got into it about. It's one of his own pitchers.
Right.
Nice easy roller. And Eli Whiteside making his giant debut. So 2 down, and Aaron Rowan will be the hitter. But I think that those that worked for Billy Martin that became managers, Lou Piniella, one of them, will be first to admit that he was quite a teacher and quite a manager as far as tactics were concerned and knowing how to anticipate things.
Oh, I heard Lou talk about him a lot. Loves the man.
That's just hit foul down the left field line.
How long was he with the A's? Quite a while?
Not a real long
4 or 5
time.
years?
Yeah, I don't think quite that long. The next pitch is fouled back and out of play. Art Fowler, the uncle of Rick Adair, was his pitching coach for several years with the New York Yankees. Legendary story about Fowler going out to talk to a pitcher. I said, "What do you want?" He said, "Well, I don't know what you're doing, but you're making Billy mad." Turned around and walked back to the dugout as Aaron Rowan is down on strikes. And we go to the bottom half of the third with the Mariners still leading it by a score of 2-0. Taking a delivery high and outside, leading off the bottom half of the third inning. Popped up to second in the first. And that's pulled down the right field line. And moving over there to make the catch is Randy Wynn. All right, time for our answer to our trivia question. The trivia question was, what job was Billy Martin fired from on this date in 1986? This may be the worst one he's ever come up with. You know. And if you got that, I don't believe anybody in our audience got that. Fired as a Saturday night host.
Co-host.
After being fired, Martin retaliated by setting his dressing room on fire in a skit to end the show. What a wonderful man. Tom Loveball, too. Is that number one? Is that the number one worst?
I think that's the worst question we had.
3-0.
I mean, I understand it. Obviously, Billy getting fired from New York or the Yankees a lot.
Yeah, you'd think it has something to do with Memorial Day or, anything. Uni, with the count 3-1, he was ready to pick up his second walk of the ball game. And he does pick up his second walk of the ball game. That's the second time this year that he has walked twice in a game.
Oh, I believe the other time was back-to-back at bats, too.
Beltrade fouled out to Ishikawa, the first baseman. Right on the outside corner, 0-1.
The Mariners had an opportunity to add a run on in the second inning, weren't able to do it. But you'd certainly like to see them continue to put some runs on the board. Again, it goes back to helping Felix get deeper in this game. Always tough till you get in the stretch of the Mariners are going to go, what is it, 16 in a row. Guarantee you Rick Adair and John Wetland, pitching coach and the bullpen coach, are eyeing Thursday's off day to give these guys a break.
Double play ball. And an easy double play ball that time. Renteria to Burris to Ishikawa, 6-4-3. So we go to the fourth. It's still 2-0 Mariners.
Back here at Safeco Field, we've seen some good things today. Good body language, good pitching by Felix Hernandez, a Griffey home run, and Muni's walked twice. You can't get any more excitement for 3 innings. Come on.
I think the biggest thing is Felix today. They need him to go deep in the game. We've talked about that a lot, but I agree with you. I think his body language has been very good. He's working fast. He's throwing a lot of strikes. You see this fly ball out to center field. But the other thing is we keep talking about the pitching, and the thing I was talking to Dave Niehaus about, Dave, is the fact that the offense needs to get going to help these guys pitch a little bit deeper. When you're constantly in the one-run games, it makes it tough, and you have to manage accordingly. And sometimes you have to get pitchers a little bit earlier than maybe you'd like, or give them an opportunity to work out of jams because you have a lead.
Right. And certainly the way the bullpen has been overworked of late, maybe the boys will start swinging some thunderous bats, and that hasn't really happened yet. But a little inch by inch, foot by foot, yard by yard.
Junior got him off to a good start today.
Tell you what, went up. Got a pitch in the zone he was looking for. First pitch swinging, get it out. Nice job. Home run number 616 on his career, number 5 on the season. Well, you got to like the fact that Don Wakamatsu, after that last performance by Felix Hernandez, he flat called him out and said it was unacceptable the way he did not hold runners on. Relied too much on the fastball, wasn't going to a mix of pitches, and today we're seeing the whole repertoire.
Well, it comes down, he challenged him, and you had to wonder, how was Felix going to respond? And so far today, it looks terrific. He's done a nice job of mixing up his pitches, throwing a lot of strikes. 46 pitches, 35 of them for strikes so far. And that's really what you want to see. And so,
I'm sure you guys noticed it over here too, because Rick Riz and I were talking about that on radio. You could tell about the second, third pitch. Whoa, body language, temperament, pace, way different from the last start. 2 starts ago was the Texas start. He was just outstanding.
Terrific, yeah.
Pitched a wonderful game. Bullpen wound up blowing it and had a meltdown by Morrow. Those kinds of things are going to happen. And a strike 3 call. That's strikeout number 5 for Felix Hernandez. 2 down here in the 4th. And there's Felix's pitch count.
very efficient if you look at the numbers. And then the other thing, too, that we don't know is the conversations that Don Wakamatsu and Rick Adair were having with Felix behind closed doors. He's huge for this club. He's very important.
Oh, you got to have it. That's all there's to it. I mean, every 5 days you got to know you're going to have more than just a 50-50. You're thinking 70-30 chance to win that ball game.
Well, that, Dave, and you have to know for sure, regardless of how it works out, what you're going to get from the guy that's going out there every 5th day and his concentration level and his ability to compete and wanting to compete and do those different things. And I think that Felix goes out there with the intentions of winning every game that he goes into, but a big factor and a big part of it, I think, especially as far as his own club looking at him as a leader of the pitching staff, is that body language and how he goes about his business.
And a lot of that has to do when you talk to all these guys, you talk about preparation, and you talk about guys who are the #1 horse for their club, contemporary guys and recent guys. They talk about the preparation level. They got to a certain point in their career, like Randy Johnson, a certain point in their career, hey man, this is what I have to do to be sharp every time out. The example as Felix gets another K, Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, Randy Johnson, Roger Clemens, those are the names that are invoked. Felix looking good today. He's got a 2-0 lead. First inning home run. You add that to a fine performance. A good start by Felix Hernandez, who struck out 6 through 4 innings. It's a good-looking Sunday here for the Mariners. Here's Junior. He's showing bunt against Barry Zito.
I've actually seen him do that before. They put the big shift on him. Uribe, the third baseman, is basically playing where shortstop is. He can walk to first if he decided to lay one down. Remember, what's the left-handed reliever? Tony Fossis?
Tony Fossis.
I remember in Boston, Junior had a tough time off of Tony Fossis, and he dropped a bunt down against Tony Fossis. Surprised us all.
Tony used to come down side on left-handers.
Yeah. Big breaking ball.
Yeah, pitched a long time. 3-0. Back to 3-1. Zito with 1 strikeout, 1 walk today, 2 walks today. 3-1. And Junior's aboard. All-Star balloting. It's underway. We want you to vote for your favorite Mariners. Vote up to 25 times at mariners.com/vote. You can win 4 tickets to an upcoming game right here in Safeco Field's All-Star Club, plus 2 autographed baseballs. Get this, 1 signed by Ichiro, the other by Ken Griffey Jr. Vote early and often at mariners.com/vote. Here's Russell Branyan. Strike on the bunt attempt. Mariners 2 runs on 2 hits. Giants no runs on 1 hit. That was a first inning Randy Wynn base hit. Felix has retired everybody in order since then. Fouled out of play. Barry Zito has pitched much better than his numbers would indicate. It's 1-4, 3.62 ERA, 8 starts, the last few starts. Boy, he has put together a 2.21 ERA. 5 of his last 6 starts. Talking to Mike Krukow, outstanding broadcaster for the Giants and a great pitcher. Cubs, Phillies, and Giants. He said that Zito could have won every game, but as we've discussed here during this weekend, their run support is not good.
One of the things I've noticed from him today, he's throwing a lot more changeups and not as many curveballs. Throwing the curve, you see to Branyan, the left-hander, but to the right, he's throwing him a lot of changeups now.
Branyan, strikeout victim for the 2nd time. 1 down here in the 4th. Bruce Bochy pretty happy with Zito and the way he's been going. Skipper for the Giants said his command's been different. Staying away from the walks, he's not beating himself. Topping out about 87 to 88. And he's been consistent getting deep into games. A complete game, 2-1 loss last time out against San Diego. Won 6 and the 3rd against Washington, and 6 his last win. That was against the Dodgers. Jose Lopez, a double. A long at bat back in the 2nd inning. He was balked to 3rd base by Zito, but the Mariners couldn't get him home. (2-0) to Jose Lopez. And his share of game-winning hits this year. Yesterday went 0 for 4. Flied out 3 times and bounced into a double play. He's ahead 2-0. 2-1 from Zito. Jose at 21 RBIs. That's back on top. 1 ahead of Russell Branyan. Got a 3-1 pitch here. Giants win last night 5-1. They sent a whole bunch of people to the rating party to the plate in that 8th inning, and there's a walk for Lopez. And now the Mariners seeing Zito walk 2 here in the inning, 4 for the game. Two on, 1 out. Quick word from Dave Righetti. Greg's the pitching coach. Here's the numbers. There are the numbers on Barry Zito. 24 in the second inning.
And with a couple of walks in this inning, on his way to another light inning of 20+ pitches, 14 already in this inning.
Brings up Ballantine. And a drive to center field. Ooh, almost. That was pretty close for a junior. Ballantine flied out to center. His first time up. Nice diving catch by Aaron Rowan. Stay away from Ballantine on the first pitch. Ball 1. Been a while since Vlad went deep. About April 25th. His only homer of the season. Fouled off the catcher. Eli Whiteside.
You mentioned Zito throwing 86 to 88 miles an hour with all the changeups and really slow breaking balls. I think fastball like the last one that Ballantine had, it really speeds it up a little bit on the hitter, so it looks like it's harder than the 87 miles an hour that last fastball was.
1-1. Couldn't check that swing. A ball and 2 strikes to Vladimir Ballantine. Ballantine down in the 7-hole today. A few days as a cleanup hitter. 2 days ago, batted 4th. A big bending curveball by Zito. How's that compare to some of the ones you've seen over the years?
I used to think there was a lot more bite to it, throw a little bit harder and more of a 12-6 biter, but right now it seems he's throwing that thing. It's getting up. I mean, I think he's throwing a couple at 74 miles an hour. As a hitter, you almost get to a point to where you throw it so slow you have a chance to adjust to it.
Get out front and then come back and reload, right?
Yeah, just keep your hands back a little bit longer. And we talked about his fastball, average around 87 miles an hour.
Swing and a miss, and Ballantine is gone. So for Zito here in the 4th, walk, strikeout, walk, strikeout. His 3rd K of the game. Now bring up Rob Johnson. Rob Johnson just a week ago in a bunt situation had his right hand curled around the bat, and where did the ball go? Right on the fingers. It was that crazy play where Ballantine thought it was a dead ball and wound up getting picked off at second base. Rob was making his way back towards the dugout. Don Wakamatsu came out to look. His fingers were turning blue, and Wak said, "Kenjay, grab the gear." That was ugly too. Popped up. Ishikawa is right there. 1 foot on the, now both feet on the grass. That'll do it. Mariners get 2 on. Can't do anything with it through 4. It's 2-0 Seattle. No walks. He's got a one-hitter in progress as we're about to start the 5th inning. He'll face 5, 6, and 7 in the Giants order. Fred Lewis will lead it off. Travis Ishikawa and Juan Uribe to follow. High percentage of first pitch strikes today for Felix Hernandez. That's how he has retired the Giants today. Breaking ball. Fair ball gets by Branyan. And Lewis is aboard. It'll be a base hit for Fred Lewis. Second hit today for the Giants. The first one, a 2-out first inning base hit by Randy Wynn to left field.
Russell tried to come in and pick that ball on a short hop. Ended up getting an in-betweener. Deflected off of his glove.
Here's Ishikawa out of Federal Way, Washington. First time the Giants they've gotten a leadoff man on today. Just their second base runner. Felix has not walked anybody. Felix trying to get back on a winning track. He has not won a game since April 28th. That fabulous performance at Chicago. A 9-1 victory. Went 8 innings, 4 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. That finished up the month of May in fine fashion. He went 4-0 with a 2.38 ERA. Last time out on the 19th, there's first pitch strikes. High percentage indeed. Misses away to Ishikawa. Travis struck out his first time. But Felix, in the month of May, the number 0-3, a 6.75 ERA. Certainly deserved a better fate down in Texas on the 14th. That was 10 days ago. Swing and a miss. 95 miles an hour. Deserved a better fate at Texas. 7 innings. Left with a 2-0 lead. And the game that one of the 2 games that Brandon Morrow gave up game-winning home runs. Count evens at 2. Felix's last outing against the Angels 5 days ago. 5 2/3, 11 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Moreover, Angels ran with abandon, stealing 5 bases in 8 tries. That one gets away from Rob Johnson into the stands. And Lewis gets second base. A wild pitch.
Well, in this game today, Felix out of the windup has been dominant. Just gave up the 1 hit to Randy Wynn back in the first. From that point, he retired 9, 10 in a row. Now he's back in the stretch. See how comfortable he is pitching out of the stretch. Really haven't had any pressure on him up till now with that wild pitch and Lewis getting to second.
First walk, runners at first and second here in the 5th. Let's take a look at the Mariners calendar, brought to you by Sleep Country USA. This homestand, Mariners with a win today would make it 5-5. Short road trip, Oakland and the Angels, and then a short homestand with Baltimore coming to town, followed by the Minnesota Twins. Mariners last night turned a double play, and they could use one right here. They made a scoring change. Breaking ball popped up, coming on Ichiro, and he's right there. So going to the official score today is Darren Pater. He changes the Fred Lewis infield hit to an E3. So for Russell Branyan, it'll be his 3rd error of the season. One out, 2 on. The hitter is Emmanuel Burris. So this guy running from first, scored on the Uribe double last night. He can run. Burse at second base. No home runs. 8 runs batted in. It's a guy Felix wants to get right here. Pours in another strike. Burse is 2 for 13. Not exactly ripping it up on this road trip.
A couple of really good pitches from Felix. 2-seam fastballs on the outside corner. Last one 96 miles an hour.
Disposes of Burse in very short order. 2 down. 7th strikeout for Felix Hernandez.
Comes back, looks like a changeup. Ball really runs down and away out of the zone. Looked like it was going to be a strike, and that pitch really took off. Nice movement from Felix.
But Felix came down off the mound. He was charged up. So now let's see if he can get Eli Whiteside. Called up from Fresno. They got the call last night. They were in Des Moines, Iowa. Bouncing ball. Fair ball by Beltre. That's going to tie it up. As Lewis is going to score. And they'll hold the second runner. That's Ishikawa. So an RBI by Eli Whiteside. Giants on the board. 2-1 ball game. Whiteside, I believe it was the second pitch he hit foul in his first at bat. Went upper deck but way foul. And this time down the line.
Gets the first pitch slider from Felix. Ends up in the middle of the plate trying to get ahead of him with a strike, and he pulls it right down the line. Pitch actually in off the plate. Nice try by Adrian Beltre. Ishikawa, I thought he was going to try himself.
He wanted to.
Yeah.
In tight. Spins Rowan around. Rowan struck out looking, struck out swinging. So an E3, a walk, and Felix gets 2 outs. An RBI single down the line by Whiteside. Runners at the corners now for the Giants. Felix with 7 strikeouts, 1 walk. Had 1 walk. He's already at third base. 2-0 to Rowan. Base hit. Giants have tied it up at 2-2. Rowan's 19th RBI. Runners at first and second. Got ahead in the count. Got a pitch he liked and jumped all over it.
And now the Giants, a club that has struggled hitting with men in scoring position, are 2 for 4.
And now a 2-2 ball game. 7th hitter coming to the plate in Edgar Renteria. Got a lot of Giant fans wearing some orange and black. Giants with their 3rd hit. Two hits in this inning, and they had the one by Randy Wynn in the first.
We start this inning off with an error and then a walk.
Well, that's definitely makes you go, uh-oh.
They play so many tight games. The margin for error is very slim for the Mariners.
Ball and a strike to Renteria. He's trying to walk that one off. 0 for 4 last night with walk-up strikeouts. Felix is set. Here's the 1-1 to Renteria. 2 on, 2 out. Mariners with 2 first-inning runs. And held up till now here in the 5th inning. The 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball hit foul. Another fabulous day here in Seattle. Back-to-back great weekends for this homestand. Red Sox were in last weekend. The weather was outstanding, and we get more of that here for the Giants this weekend. First night with Randy Johnson pitching, 38,000, 33,000 last night. Close to that again here today as Renteria keeps the at-bat going here. 2-2. Mariners 2 runs on 2 hits. Griffey a 2-run homer. The other hit was a Lopez leadoff double in the second. That's it. Two. Game on the check. No, sir. Full count to Renteria with Randy Wynn on deck.
Take a look at this slider by Felix Renteria. It's pretty close.
Bunch of pitches this inning for Felix Hernandez. This next pitch would be number 23. Randy Wynn's on deck. The 3-2 to Renteria. Runners go. Line drive left field. Base hit. Ballantine Chargers. Here's the throw to the plate. It is not in time. RBI for Renteria, and the Giants take the lead at 3-2. Coming around to score is Eli Whiteside with a head-first slide. For the Giants, getting it done just like they did last night late in the game. All damage done with 2 outs. 3 consecutive RBI hits. So Renteria, a veteran of many a postseason battle. He gets the job done. Rowan's at second. And now Randy Wynn. Strike 1 to Randy. Renteria's 18th RBI.
Amazing how quickly things can change. Felix in control of this game, dominating the Giants.
Lopez to his left. That will do it. Damage aplenty done by the Giants in a big 5th inning. They get all the runs with 2 outs. San Francisco 3, the Mariners 2. Beginning, and they get it done with 2 outs. Last night, 11 men to the plate. They score 5 runs on 5 hits in the 8th inning. Today for Barry Zito, they go 8 men to the plate, get 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, leave 2, take a 3-2 lead in the 5th. Here's Gutierrez to lead it off in the 5th inning for the Mariners. 9-1-2. He'll be followed by Ichiro and Betancourt. Barry Zito has not gotten a lot of run support. The boys come up big for him here after trailing 2-0. Felix Hernandez was breezing.
Put him in the stretch and things just changed on him. His command wasn't quite as good.
It's amazing how that little bit of a change too. Felix 7 strikeouts. Well, going in, let's just talk about this. Going through 4 innings, he had 6 strikeouts and hadn't walked anybody. Then he walked 1, and that led to part of his problems as Gutierrez gets a 4-pitch walk. 5th walk by Zito. Maybe that'll be very timely with the rally fries here, Mike.
He sparked the guys. We have a bunch of little leaguers in the ballpark all weekend long, so a couple from Stanwood and Camano. Pretty good seats too.
I think this will be dessert.
I bet you they'll eat them.
Oh. Tucker, Tyler, and Alex. Way to go, guys.
Found some shade.
Here's Ichiro. Well, that's a hefty order, too. 1 for each.
We want to bet one of them will end up will be sleeping up there by the 7th. One of them will take a nap.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I'm in on that one. Gutierrez gets back. I'll hold that sign up one more time. Dead center field, upper deck. It's bigger than they are.
It's also a blanket.
That's right. 1-1 to Ichiro. Ichiro with a pop out to the second baseman Burris. Fly it out to Randy Wynn and right. Little flip shot. That'll work. Base hit. Ichiro with a base hit. Gets his hitting streak to 18 games. Mariners trying to build something. Get right back in the lead here. How about Yuniesky Betancourt? I'm standing. Just want to let you know. He's walked twice. I'm applauding. He had 17 walks last year. He's got 2 today. 7 on the season. Boy, that 2-hole has worked out to be a little bit magical for Don Wakamatsu. He put Beltre in there. He started responding. Now Yuni's got 2 walks and a run scored. Walks it foul.
Well, I think a big part of that is pitchers concentrate so hard on Ichiro, and either they get him out and they relax, or he's on base and he's distracting him because of that. That's one of the advantages of hitting behind him. He's on base a lot because he gets a lot of hits.
First and second, bunt in order. Ichiro and Gutierrez. Betancourt with 2 sacrifices on the season. Got it down. Throw to nothing there. Come back to first. Whiteside was open. Uribe was at third. Had he been at third, they would have had a play. Works out well for Betancourt. He'll get attaboys all around the dugout. His 3rd sacrifice of the year. Now the Mariners are in position with Beltre to take a lead here.
And Uribe, normally a shortstop middle infielder, playing third. That's a play that you have to read, and you can't leave your ground right away. And right then he's dead. He doesn't know where third base is at. Whiteside certainly had a play. You can see Gutierrez just now coming in the picture, but because of the lack of experience on that play, it's a read by the third baseman. The Mariners end up benefiting from it. Sacrifice for Betancourt.
Ball 1 to Beltre. Popped out the first, hit into a double play. Beltre with a base hit last night, 1 for 4. Breaking ball, fouled off. Adrian's bat of late starting to pick up. Been working his tail off. Extra time, etc. Comes in pretty hot, 5 for 13. for today's 0 for 2. A lot of room out there. 2 balls, 1 strike. Mariners had a 2-0 lead till the top of the 5th. Griffey hit a 2-run homer. First pitch he saw. That's cranked deep to left. Long run Lewis taking a look. He's at the track. It's gone. A 3-run homer for Adrian Beltre. And Beltre with a bomb is first since May 13th. Boy, did that come in handy. 3 runs on the board just like that. 5-3 Mariners.
Talked about the Mariners' struggles getting extra base hits in the homestand. A couple of home runs today. One by Ken Griffey Jr., a 2-run homer, and now this 3-run homer gives the Mariners the lead again. It's another off-speed pitch up in the zone. Adrian jumps all over that pitch. You can see it's up, belt high.
Beltre's 3rd home run of the year. Takes his RBI total to 19. That was a mistake, and he made Zito pay for it. Junior bluff and bunt. A nice quick bounce back by the Mariners. They respond with their own 3 spot. And there's just 1 out here in the 5th. 2-1 to Junior. Griffey with a 2-run homer. First pitch he saw back in the 1st inning. Career home run number 616, number 5 on the season. Beltre with a big home run here. There's a called strike. Count evens at 2. You can see Beltre starting to come out of it. 2-2 to Griffey. Struck him out. 4th strikeout for Barry Zito. 2 down here in the 5th inning. Hey folks, beginning June 1, get 2 free tickets to an upcoming Mariners game with your $25 purchase of 2009 trading cards. Special is available at all 5 Mariners team store locations while supplies last. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details. Here's Russell Brandon. He struck out twice today. But Felix Hernandez, who had a unsavory 5th inning, 8 men coming to the plate, and they score runs with 2 outs. He's back on top now, 5-3. Ball and strike to Brandon. One and 2. Brandon struck out. He leads the club in strikeouts, but he has done a whole lot of really good things offensively. Drives one the other way. Lewis has this one in his eyesight. He makes the catch, and that'll do it for the Mariners. But a big inning, a terrific response. They match a 3 with the 3. Gives the Mariners a 5-3 lead. No runs, just 5 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 6 walks. And he comes right after you. Comes in pumping hard gas there. And Mariners really have enjoyed his success coming out of the bullpen as a closer with Brandon Morrow in a little different role. Right now, one of the stories, Felix Hernandez has the lead back. Adrian Beltre, 3-run homer, and the Mariners are back on top. So 2 home runs today, Beltre and Griffey. Mariners lead again. Going back to your point about windup. Now Felix can get back in his windup, not work out at the stretch like he did in the 5th inning. Turned out to be a semi-disaster. 8 men to the plate scoring, and they score 3 runs with 2 outs. Beltre, another outstanding play, makes it look so easy. 1 down.
And I think also it cost Felix a bunch of pitches in that inning. The error to start things off and then the walk after he was in the stretch. But the amount of pitches trying to get him to work deep in this game. As you take a look at Adrian Beltre, he certainly makes it look easy. That is pretty easy for Adrian. Throw right on the money.
I'll bring up Fred Lewis. Fred 0 for 2 today with a run scored. Flat out to center. Reached on Brannion's 5th inning error. And came around to score on the Whiteside single. They had 3 consecutive RBI singles, the Giants, in the 5th inning. Felix working at a good pace. Broken bat, 1 hopper. Lopez throws out Lewis, 2 down.
They called it a catch.
They did call it a catch. First base umpire Jim Joyce. Hey fans, create your own Mariners collectible using your favorite photos at the photo store at Mariners.com in 3 easy steps. You can make your very own Mariners memory. Visit Mariners.com today. Quick 2 outs here for Felix Hernandez. The hitter is Travis Ishikawa. Ishikawa swinging a miss. Struck out and walked and scored. The 0-1 fouled back up here.
Felix's best fastball of the afternoon, 97 miles an hour.
But the Giants haven't been passed by the San Diego Padres in that NL West. Unique backhand flip. Got him 1, 2, 3 in the 6. Nice response by Felix and the Mariners. Get him back in the dugout. They got 3 looking for more. They got 5-3. And that kid can take some responsibility. It was his rally prize that got it done. Enjoying the great weather here in Seattle on this Sunday afternoon. Back-to-back great weekends. Barry Zito about to throw the first pitch, waiting for the bullpen door to close after the warm-up tosses between innings. Here's the first pitch. Jose Lopez to hit. Lopez with the double back in the second, walk in the fourth. Zito back with a strike, 1-1. 6, 7, and 8. Lopez, Valentin, and Johnson. You're seeing Zito working at a good pace here, and that's one of the things they talked about at Bruce Bochy and Dave Righetti and the broadcasters for the San Francisco Giants talked about. 2-1 to right field. Randy Wynn is right there. One out here in the 6th inning. Mariners with a 5-3 lead. 2 home runs if you're just joining us. And Barry Zito here in the 6th inning will throw pitch number 100. Zito, a 3-time All-Star, has not found great success in San Francisco. This is his 3rd year. First year 11-13, 4.53 ERA. Last year 10-17 with a 5.15. There's that trademark Barry Zito breaking ball. We saw this young man yesterday, Brandon Metters. Actually, the day before yesterday, Matt Cain for a complete game yesterday. 0-2 to Valentin. Valentin 0 for 2. Flied out to center and struck out. Whiteside applies the tag. Valentin's gone. 2 down. That's strikeout number 5 for Barry Zito. 2 down here in the 6th. Sunday, June 7th. June's coming up quickly here. The Mariners and Twins are going to wrap up their final meeting of the year. That's also when kids 14 and under can quench their thirst this summer with a Mariners water bottle, courtesy of Pepsi and QFC. Tickets, visit mariners.com. Tell you what, if you're a kid, you're a regular at Mariners games, by about July 4th, you're going to have some serious gear. Here's a fly ball to center field. Can of corn for Aaron Rowan. Zito breezing through the 6th. No difficulties whatsoever, but the Mariners have a 5-3 lead. You can join us on this gorgeous Sunday afternoon here in Seattle. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers, and the FSN crew. The finale of this homestand, a Mariner win today would make it 5-5 before taking off for a quick road trip down to Oakland and to the Angels down in Anaheim. Bottom third of the Giants order here. Juan Uribe to lead it off. First pitch swinging. Routine. Uni, one down. Later on tonight, it's a blast to the blast as Northwest Top 10 counts down the best Ken Griffey Jr. moments in Mariners history. And it's Mariners All Access with a look ahead to upcoming series with the Athletics and Angels. That's tonight starting at 9:30 p.m. right here on FSN and FSN HD. Felix back on rhythm after that bad fifth inning. 8 men come to the plate. They get 3 runs and 2 outs. He goes now has retired 4 in a row.
And he's in pretty good shape. 88 pitches for Felix. Really done a nice job. 64 of those for strikes. If he can get a couple of quick outs here and work through the 8th, Don Wakamatsu will be a happy man. Give that bullpen a break.
Can use it.
Yes.
Hit phone. Wonder if they had to replace the phone recently. My God, they've been burning that thing up. Anybody ready? Who's ready? Give me somebody.
They'll start looking around at each other at this point.
Now me, look at me. Bouncing ball finds the hole. Base hit. Annual burst. That'll bring on Eli Whiteside. Let's check some scores around Major League Baseball on this fine Sunday. Some great races developing. Interleague play. Those natural rivals, the Colorado Rockies and the Detroit Tigers. 3-1 Rockies. Raul Ibanez, number 17. Phillies win. They take 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Cincinnati in a battle of the great state of Ohio. Florida. Wonder if anybody showed up for that one. 5-4. Boston tunes up the Mets by 7. And Atlanta takes out Toronto 10-2.
Folks in Boston have to be happy about that. The Mets were handing it to them, weren't they?
Yep. There's some more down in the nation's capital area. The Nationals 8-5. We got a treat for you, folks. We're going to hear from the match 4s coming up between innings. 5-3 Mariners. They took a 2-0 lead in the first. Griffey hit a 2-run homer. Fly ball right field. Ichiro, take a look. Nothing going on there. They give it right back in the 5th inning. Giants and 8 men to the plate, score 3 runs with 2 outs. Bottom 5, Mariners fight right back, and they get a 3-run Adrian Beltre home run, his 3rd of the year. The Mariners are in charge right now, 5-3, and Felix is back on rhythm. One and 1 to Whiteside. Whiteside called up the backup catcher. Pablo Sandoval had a bad elbow, so they couldn't go with him. So they called this kid up. Barry Zito had never pitched to him, maybe one bullpen in spring training. Bruce Bochy told me they said Zito had no problem with going with the kid, so let's do it. Whiteside's been around a couple of other organizations before landing with the Giants, one of them Baltimore.
Travel day for him today. He'll probably sleep pretty well tonight.
Oh. Yeah, he's minding his own business with the Fresno Ball Club. AAA's in Des Moines, Iowa. Dude, you got to get to Seattle like in 5 minutes.
Sure, the phone rang late last night.
Got here about, he was scheduled to land about 11:30. Was told he was getting a police escort from the airport. Gutierrez pretty much in his tracks. 2 down. Back to the top of the order now. Franklin Gutierrez, has he played a center field or what?
He's been terrific. He makes it look easy. A lot of, especially the balls that are right at him, over his head. A lot of center fielders get turned around and have trouble with it. He makes it look really easy.
It's a great jump just about every time. Ball one to Aaron Rowan. Rowan with a big RBI single. At the middle of 3 consecutive RBI singles in the 5th inning for the Giants. Finds a hole, base hit. Rowan, base hits to left his last 2 times up.
And that was after striking out his first 2 times up, so he's figured something out.
Here's Edgar Renteria. 2-out RBI in the 5th inning. 1 for 3. This guy's been a winning shortstop. World Series in Florida. National League champion with the Cardinals. Didn't work out in Detroit when it looked like last year this time they were going to have a team. Remember coming in the last year talking about the Tigers were going to score a bajillion runs. Bouncing ball. Beltre throws across, and the inning is over. Felix pumps his fist for good reason. He's got a 5-3 lead as we head to the home 7th.
By 2, it's a hullabaloo. They're gonna rock the house, that's what they are. Listen up, Seattle. The Mariners are here in town. We're pumped and ready for battle. It's about to go down. Oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way. Come on. Oh, way, oh, way, oh, way, oh, way. Come on, oh, way.
We thank the boys from Mets Fours. Nicely done, fellas. 5-3 Mariners, bottom of the 7th inning, and the Mariners' 7th inning stretch is brought to you by the Washington Traffic Safety Commission with a reminder: click it or ticket day and night. Dave Sims, Mike Flowers with you. Sunny Sunday. Mariners doing battle against Barry Zito, a guy who's dominated them over the years, mainly during his time with Oakland, where he amassed a 12-2 record with a 3.62 ERA against the Mariners. With today, Mariners got him for 2 home runs, and that's the difference in your ball game so far. Griffey with home run number 616 back in the 1st inning. Here's a look at Zito's line, and then Beltre took him out deep left field. 5th inning, a 3-run homer. That put the Mariners back on top. Matter of fact, 5th inning, it was this man, Franklin Gutierrez, who led it off and scored on the Beltre 3-run homer. He's going to lead it off here in the 7th. Gutierrez is lined out the center field and walked and scored. Strike one. Darryl Cousins behind home plate. Jim Joyce at first. Brian Runge at second, and Bill Miller at third, the umpires.
And even though Felix had a long 5th inning. It looks like Don Wakamatsu is probably going to be able to squeeze another inning out of him. Big time. Nice catch by a fan in the upper deck.
Front row. Got a nice little easy one. A good crowd here at Safeco Field. 36,616 at 33,348 Saturday. And on Friday, 38,520. And Merkin Valdez starts the throw for the Giants. Well, 2 strikes to Gutierrez leading off the 7th. Mariners starting the day 6 games behind Texas. To center field. Rowan fighting the sun. Makes a catch. Nice play. Rowan was with the Phillies in 2006 and 7. And of course, the year he left, the Phillies last year went on and won the World Series. But he is forever remembered for that catch he made in right center field where he did a face plant, made the catch, and knocked him out for a couple of months, and then he came back. But talking to him the other day, really enjoyed playing in Philadelphia to hardcore fans over there. And he's been with the Chicago White Sox, I believe, of the 05 club that won the World Series, right?
Yep, and they liked him in Philly, didn't they?
No, they loved him. They liked him when he came over. When he did the face plant in right center field, dude, you're in permanent scholarship here. They love that kind of stuff in Philly. Ichiro, it's going to be a foot race. Renteria, no sir. Base hit, Ichiro. Back-to-back hits. He's 2 for 4.
Well, again, we've seen it many times. He gets so many infield hits, and if the third baseman isn't able to cut the ball off, the shortstop really has no chance.
Coors Light freeze cam. His explosion the last 4 steps, I think maybe the best I've ever seen.
He can smell a base hit, I'll tell you that.
Bruce Bochy coming out. Looks like he's coming to get Zito. Mariners with a 5-3 lead. They got 1 out here in the 7th. Ichiro at first. Betancourt's having a good day with 2 walks and a sacrifice. And let's take a break. 5-3 Mariners over the Giants.
Written concept of the Seattle Mariners. Mariners, who? Come on!
High grade entertainment. Thank you, boys. Thank you, boys. From the Lawrence Welk School, yes, sir. Now it's time for the. We did the Coors Light freeze cam. We got a new pitcher. Merkin Valdez. This is a story of perseverance. This young man, 27 years old, from San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, had Tommy John surgery. He missed 07. He missed most of 08 with a right elbow strain. But they like him. He's back. He's 6'5", 232. And he's going to face Betancourt here. One out, runner on. Strike one. You only said a nice day. Walk, run, scored. Walk, you heard right. Walk, run, scored. I said it twice. 2 walks and a sacrifice. Getting it done this afternoon out of the 2-hole. Out the end of the bat. 6-3 double play inning over. So that was quick. To the 8th inning we go. Mariners have a 5-3 lead. Buying experience starts at Lithia.com. By the Washington Department of Ecology, program your cell phone to report litterers. 1-866-LITTER-1. Litter and it will hurt. And by Wendy's. Wendy's hot and juicy hamburgers go straight from the grill to the bun to you. Panoramic day here at Safeco Field. Good crowd, 36,616 watching Felix Hernandez. And the Mariners try to get the rubber match in this weekend setup with the Giants. Felix out here for inning number 8, swinging a miss. Randy Wynn. John White getting ready. Sean has been an outstanding performer coming out of the bullpen.
His next pitch will be 100 for Felix.
Well, how about the line on Zito? 5s across, except for the 6 and the 3rd innings. 5 runs, 5 earned runs, 5 hits, 5 walks, 5 Ks. 0-2 to win. Congratulations to Helio Castroneves for winning his 3rd Indianapolis 500. And that's got to be, Danica Patrick finishes 3rd, so that's got to be the best finish by a female in the history of the great race. Helio Castroneves was the one that was in big-time tax trouble. Like he might at some point have not gone well as Felix strikes out Wynn. Good pitch. Castroneves might have been looking at doing some time.
We're talking 30 years at one point, but he ended up acquitted, right, of all counts.
8th strikeout for Felix. 1 down here in the 8th. Nice to say that about a Mariner pitcher. He's in the 8th inning, a Mariner starting pitcher. There's a strike to Benji Molina. Good fastball at 95. Well, it seems like Watt challenging Felix Hernandez after that subpar performance his last start. It should be maybe a weekly mantra. Just challenge him. Get in his face. Let's go. Come on. Hey.
Well, we talked about, we loved the way he started the game off today, and then he ended up getting a little bit of a problem back in the 5th. And I thought it was really important what the Mariners offense did, and that's come right back in the bottom of the 5th, get those 3 runs right back so he can go back out there with a lead.
And then he comes back in the 6th and pitches a 1-2-3.
Exactly. So everything really has worked out so far well for Don Wakamatsu.
2-2 to Benji Molina. Benji getting a day off from catching duties. DHing today. 0 for 3. Benji, home run and RBI leader for the Giants. Not a lot of punch here with the Giants as Benji goes down swinging at strikeout number 9. Felix amping it up.
Pitch way outside. Benji fortunate on the check swing the pitch before, was able to get away with it, and then comes back and strikes out anyways on a pitch that's well off the plate away.
So Felix 9 Ks. Ties his season high. Long drive, deep right field, going back Ichiro. That ball is gone. Fred Lewis homers for the 2nd day in a row. The Giants draw a run closer at 5-4. Fred Lewis's 3rd home run. Fred Lewis, they've been waiting for him to have breakout days like this for a long time.
Fastball right in the loop zone for left-handed hitters, down and in. Jumps all over it.
Good news for Felix. Nobody was on. Still's got a lead of 1 run. The hitter's Travis Ishikawa.
Next pitch will be 110 for Felix.
We're seeing 3 home runs today. Griffey, Beltre, and now Fred Lewis. Pitcher running away. Ball and 2 strikes.
Wow, 97 miles an hour.
Probably a little bit torqued off after giving up that home run. The 1-2 pitch. Got him! 10 strikeouts for Felix Hernandez. Season high. Gives up a home run to Fred Lewis. He's through 8. He's got a 5-4 lead.
By the Emerald Queen Casino, the entertainment capital of the Northwest.
Felix Hernandez, Rob Johnson, Chris Jacobauskas, everybody giving Felix some props. He was the horse today. 10 strikeouts, came back big after giving up the big 3 runs in the 5th inning. In his last 3 innings, save for that home run, it was a solo shot. Just great work today. Hit 97 miles an hour late in the game, so we take a look at our Quest high-speed pitch tracker.
Well, they needed somebody to go deep in a game, and he certainly did that today to help the bullpen out. David Arjman looks like he's going to pitch the 9th, but he really needed that.
Beltre gets a hold of one to center field. And Rowan doing a nice job shielding the sun. 1 out. Beltre, one of Sunday's heroes. 3-run homer back in the 5th. Here's the first Sunday hero. Here's David Arjman getting ready for the 9th inning. Sunday's first hero for the Mariners today. Ken Griffey Jr. man on in the 1st inning. First pitch he saw from Barry Zito. Hit it into the right field lower stands for home run number 5, career home run number 616. You played with him. You knew you were looking at greatness. Did you think he'd get the 616?
To be honest with you, I thought he would hit 800 home runs. You know, that's when I was playing with him, he was the best player in the game, and he was hitting 50 a year.
Slicing drive, left field, Lewis. It comes right back to him, 2 outs.
Obviously, nobody can predict injuries in the amount of time that he missed, but at that point, yeah, he was so young at the time and so good, he just felt like that was going to happen.
Take a look at what Junior's done on this day. Boy, 1996, he had a day, huh? Scott Kamenicki, Jeff Nelson, and Steve Howe. May he rest in peace. Another former teammate, Bob Wells. Boy, big date. It's May 24th for Ken Griffey Jr. Here's second page, Brad Penny on Alvarez, Tim Redding. Tim Redding trying to make a comeback now. Barry Zito today. Tim Redding had been with the Nationals, was last cited, I believe, with the New York Mets. Griffey keeping he's always keeping.
He's been terrific. He's been terrific for the guys this year.
Was it the first road trip when he broke out the ties? I haven't laughed that hard in a long time when they all came on the plane with the walk ties. That was hilarious.
You know what's been impressive to me is that was great. That was great, by the way. But the thing that's been impressive is the guys were going well in April. Things were going well, and it's easy to have fun. A little bit more difficult when things are going south, and he's kept this thing together with the guys.
Yes, he has. 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. Now they bring on the DA for the close. 5-4 Mariners looking to go 5-5 on the homestand. Choices are good. So good to have you with us. Folks having fun here at the ballpark. 5-4 Mariners. Trying to close out this homestand at 5-5 before a short roadie to Oakland and the Angels. And they bring on David Aardsma. A lockdown opportunity for the DA. He'll have Juan Uribe, Emmanuel Burris, and Eli Whiteside, the bottom third of the order for the San Francisco Giants. Aardsma, part of the outstanding bullpen for the Mariners this year. Nissan shift to the bullpen brings us David Aardsma. Got the 8th best reliever ERA in the American League. Swing and a miss by Uribe. Uribe 0 for 3 today. Felix Hernandez, 4 runs, only 1 earned, 8 innings. There's the number. There are the numbers. Very impressive, responding the way you would hope he would to the challenge by his manager Don Wakamatsu. Ball and 2 strikes to Uribe.
Aardsma throwing a slider. Typically he comes in pumping fastballs. Fools Uribe with a good slider.
A 1-2 up high, 2-2. Felix 112 pitches, 83 for strikes. Here's the ledger for David Aardsma. 1.31 ERA, and opponent's hitting a .141. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 1 down here in the 9th. That's 11 Giants who have caved today. Felix 10 and Aardsma 1.
And getting the leadoff hitter, a big one.
Back at it tomorrow afternoon, Memorial Day. Chris Jacobauskas, he's been on a roll. He'll take on Brett Anderson. Coming up Tuesday, Jared Washburn, after missing yesterday with some knee issues, he's ready to go back to work against Dallas Braden. 1 out. Here's Emmanuel Burris. Texas a 5-0 winner against Houston. The Mariners won't gain any ground on them, and the Angels lead the Dodgers 5-4 in the 6th. But the good news, the Mariners can hold on to win. They'll be 21-24, getting back close to that 500 mark. There's a strike. Some Giant fans trying to make some noise, and nice to hear that being countered rather nicely by some Mariner fans with a "Let's Go Mariner" cheer. Aardsma working quickly, and too quickly for Burris. Giants have out-hit the Mariners today, 7-5. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Emmanuel Burris.
Good to see David get back in the count with Burris. Certainly don't want to walk him. We talked about the speed. He gets a base hit off, you can tip your hat, but you certainly don't want to walk him.
Great crowd tonight. This afternoon, 36,616. Nobody's left. The 2-2 line drive. Uni can't get it. He made a great effort.
Looked like Betancourt maybe had a shot at this. Little line drive. Diving effort by Betancourt.
Going to get a pinch hitter here for the Giants as Johnson and Aardsma consult one another. They're going to go with Nate Schierholtz. And Schierholtz, as a pinch hitter this year, 5 for 12, 250, 5 for 12 with an RBI. Double play would do the Mariners good right here. Get out of here, get on the plane, get to Oakland. Tried to deep right field. Ichiro ranging over towards the line. He's in the corner. He makes the catch. Ichiro with a big catch in the corner in right field. 2 down.
Nice job of Ichiro hustling over into the corner. It looked like that ball had a chance to hook and get into the stands, but he stays with it. Makes a catch and then gets it in quickly. Burris was tagging up on the play. Ichiro keeps him at first base.
Still not out of the woods yet. You got Aaron Rowan. 2 outs. He's singled to left his last 2 times up. He's 2 for 4. 2 singles, 2 strikeouts, 1 looking. Aardsma with a chance to lock this baby down. Runner goes. Throw to second. Not in time. Lopez does keep the ball in the infield. Stolen base for Burris. He's got some good wheels. Burris is 11th stolen base. It's team high.
And he gets a pretty good jump. Was played by Lopez to keep that ball in the infield.
Tying run at second base. Two down here in the top of the 9th. A 1-run lead for the Mariners. 0-1 to Rowan. In there for a strike. 0-2.
It's a good slider by Aardsma.
Crowd on its feet here at Safeco Field. 36,616. Here's the 0-2 to Rowan. Got him! Game over! The DA, David Aardsma, picks up save number 6. The Mariners win it by a final of 5-4. Felix Hernandez is the winner. He goes to 5-3. And Barry Zito takes the loss. The Mariners finish the homestand at 5-4.